We're really excited about the players we were able to add tonight. Jeremy Lamb, Royce White, and Terrence Jones. We actually, we have potentially one more move, but a minor move that I guess we can't announce that till a little bit. But we added those three players. Very excited about them. Jeremy Lamb, guy we really had our eye on. Obviously, had an unbelievable run last year in college. Came back, had a great year again at UConn this year. Can score the ball, smart, high basketball IQ, great shooter. Really somebody we think has a chance to come in and and help the Rockets. Royce White, really one of the more unique players to play in college in the last few years. We see him as someone who already can dominate competition in college. He's the best player on the floor in the NCAA tournament against Kentucky. Athletic, strong, and can handle the ball and pass not anyone that size and athletic I've really seen in some time. He's a bit unconventional, but one thing we know is he helps the team win basketball games, and Coach McHale is somebody who's going to be creative in how we work with him. Obviously, had special intel and some of the concerns with him with Coach McHale's relationship with Fred Hoiberg. So we were really excited. Really excited. We didn't expect him to be available. Terrence Jones, another guy we didn't expect to be available. Kentucky, obviously, just won the national title. Really good in an up-tempo system. I think that's a theme you'll see, that we added guys who know how to run, know how to fit into that kind of system. Terrence's potential two-way player, his ability to defend, run the floor, face up at the big spot. So really thought by far he was the best talent available when we picked at 18. And we're in the mode where we got to add good players and good players with upside. We feel like we did that 3 times tonight, and actually all 3 of them not only have upside, but were also accomplished. So it's pretty rare you get such young players who not only have upside, but also were very, very strong players in college as well.
Daryl, to what degree can you address how close you came to acquiring a veteran impact type player?
It's hard to tell. It seemed close. One of them, came down to, if there was a guy there, if there was a guy there that they didn't want, we wanted, they would be open to making a move. So, but it's hard to tell. Sometimes, everyone's misleading everyone during the draft. So sometimes people set up things just to cancel them, and it's frustrating. So hard to tell. I think we're excited about. We knew we were going to be in a good spot. We're going to add talented players, or we're going to be able to, trade for one. And that continues to be the goal: add talented players, and add players to trade in free agency as well.
So that deal you were referring to didn't happen because the player that particular team wanted was.
Yeah, that was. That was an on-the-clock thing that fell apart. Yeah.
With Moti Yunus also coming over, is there a concern about adding 4 rookies, or even paying 4 rookies next season?
Well, I think it's up to Coach McHale. No. Yeah, I think obviously we're in the mode where our team we need to add talent, and we added really talented guys. I think there would be maybe more concern with the rookies if all of them aren't as accomplished as they are. Jeremy Lamb, very accomplished player at UConn already. Royce White, 1 year at Iowa State, but really dominated. Terrence Jones, 2-year college player, but still only 20. Monty Yunus, still in his early 20s and just won the title in Europe. So I think the rookies we're adding are very accomplished rookies. I think, as Coach McHale just said earlier, obviously the league sometimes isn't kind to rookies, but we feel like we need to add players who have this kind of upside.
Is there any disappointment on your part, given the build-up of what you were trying to accomplish ultimately, that it didn't manifest the way you probably planned?
No, we were excited. That 14 to 12 move was like the key to making sure that either we were gonna get all the players we wanted, or we could make a trade. And so we were comfortable with either route at that point. I know it seemed minor, that 14 to 12 spot, but it locked in getting Jeremy. Well, it didn't lock in Jeremy at 12. We were actually nervous to go earlier, but our intel was that he would be available there at 12.
Daryl, what were you guys thinking though when you acquired the 3 draft picks? I mean, were you kind of thinking about that you could possibly position yourself to move up in the draft with those picks, or what was the mindset going into the draft?
Mindset going to the draft, by the time of it was to get the players we get, we were excited about who we were going to get. So by the time of the draft, the trades for players pretty much dry up because physicals have to be waived. It gets very complicated. So those are rare.
But like maybe yesterday, were you thinking the package at that point possibly?
Yeah, as Coach McHale said, we had so many things on the board. You never know what's going to materialize. We were really happy to get the 2 deals done we did, to really position ourselves to add a lot of talent. And we were comfortable with either way. Either we're going to add 3 really great talented players who are accomplished with upside, or we were going to pull off a trade. We were comfortable with either.
But going back to the idea of 7 guys from the past 2 drafts, 6 of which play forward, there's going to be guys benched who presumably need playing time, certainly need playing time to contribute. Can you take steps forward when half the team is young like this and half of those can't play?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the idea, it's hard to make the league. It's hard to get in a rotation. Some of these guys are going to have to fight it out, and they're going to have to fight it out for minutes, but we'll see who the best ones are. And the ones that win are going to be great players for us. And some guys aren't going to play as much. That's true. But I never understand the alternative. Should we get really bad players with the rest of the guys so that the ones who the other guys know they can play? I don't understand that. I get that question. I don't understand it.
Were you hoping to move picks for future picks? That would be one way to get.
Yeah, we had interest in that, absolutely. We were interested. We like acquiring future picks because we are trying to pull off trades. We thought the players we were getting were just way too good to take any of those deals. We didn't think the deals were nearly good enough relative to the player.
Daryl, how about your center spot?
Center spot, yeah. So right now, we have obviously some guys we're focused on free agency. We're interested in bringing back Marcus Camby if we can make that work out. There's some other free agent files that we're interested in, and we'll see. We'll see where things go from there.
What is your priority? Is that your priority in free agency? Can you go into free agency with a priority, or how are you approaching free agency?
Free agencies, again, we'd like to re-sign Marcus. We like what he brings to the locker room. I think with the young guys, we like his leadership. We have some other guys targeted as well. I think, we're going to go in trying to get, the best guy who fits within the cap structure we have.
You said you have potentially one more minor move. Is that something that it's still being worked on, or it just needs to go through some red tape?
No, it's done. I just can't announce it. I think we can't announce it till tomorrow. Yeah.
Does it involve something in the draft?
Yeah, it involves something in the draft. It's a minor move. Don't even get excited. We're excited because we like the player, but relative to whatever was in writing, so we're excited. We're excited for what the trade is, but I think no one else will be, because in the room will be.
But it doesn't involve a veteran that needs,
No, it's very minor moves. So
No,
I should have said nothing. It was like Nelson's coming over to kick me. So.
Daryl, you like the talent you got tonight, and it's somewhat accelerated. They're younger, but they're a little bit more accomplished, as you said. So how will that enable you to play either differently next year or faster, or what do you think?
I mean, I think it's really rare to add guys with upside like we did, all three, who also, there are a lot of who also have already shown that they can really, really play. You look, there were a lot of upside guys in the draft who, really hadn't shown they could play. We got both with each pick, so we're excited about that. I think, yeah, you look at the roster right now, we're going to have to play a little bit unconventional if nothing changed, but things will change, and we're going to have free agents. We're going to look at continuing to improve the team, and until we're setting ourselves up to get back to being a championship contender. We either need to make trades like the ones everyone's been writing about, or we need to continue to add players who have upside who can hopefully move into that next stage of player, and we did that today.
Do you believe, or do you know yet if your core going into the season is going to come from this group here?
Yeah, I mean, I expect. I mean, it's going to be hard for all three of them to play early, and I'm not saying just for position. I'm just saying, as was pointed out, we're going to have some fight for minutes, and we're comfortable with that. I've never. Honestly, people seem to be uncomfortable with that. We're very comfortable with making guys fight for playing time, fight to get on the floor, and fight to help us win basketball games. I think if people feel like they're just being handed something, it creates the wrong mentality from the get-go. We want guys to feel like they're earning it, and we want to feel like guys know what it takes to get on the floor before they play for the Rockets. I talked to all of them tonight. We're a good team. I mean, we're not where we want to be, but everyone's writing us off. But we won a lot of games in the last few years. We're going to continue to try and improve. And it's not like you can walk in and play for us. You got to earn that. And we're comfortable with the battle for minutes.
Anything else? Do you see Terrence Jones? Is he definitely a 4 for you? Do you think he can play other? Can he slide over and play some 3? He's kind of
he's a very versatile player. I think that's another thing. We don't really focus on, hey, it's got to be this or got to be that. We like multi-position guys. I mean, you can't get more multi-position than Royce White. He would jump up the ball, and then he would be handed the ball back to be the point guard on Iowa State. So, it's a pretty unique player. He's versatile, multi-position. I think you saw in the playoffs this year the advantage of having a guy who can play multiple positions with that kind of skill level. Those kinds of players are rare. And I think, right now, no changes. We're playing a little unconventional, we're playing up tempo. We're going to have to, cross-match things defensively. We're going to have to get creative. But, as I think you saw from Coach McHale, one great thing about him is his ability to be creative and use guys in different ways.
So Royce White, off the court issues. I mean, you said because Kevin Meadows played very well. Without those, is he what talent level type pick is he?
For me, he's a top 5 talent without those issues, and I think we got comfortable with him. So, I think even he would say, hey, I think he even had some comments I saw. I mean, he'd even say, hey, I've got a tough past. I didn't handle myself right. I think he showed that he's turned the corner this year at Iowa State. And I talked to him today. I said, hey, you've turned your life around. You're where you probably couldn't dream of, a year ago when he was having some of the difficulties he had. But he's coming into a great situation that he's very comfortable with. He's had a great year, and I said, hey, you can build on this and turn it into something amazing if you stay focused. And frankly, obviously, you'd want a Boy Scout choir boy who did everything he did. But if that were the case, he would have not even been near any of our picks.
And you didn't purchase a second-round pick for the first year. Is just having so many first-rounders?
I'm sorry?
You didn't, for the first year, you didn't purchase a second-round pick this time? Was it just having so many first-round picks this time around, or was there a reason?
Yeah, we might have done that.
Hey, it's already tomorrow Eastern time, so you're free, I think.
No, I guess I have to wait to announce it. But yeah, we did have a second round deal. Yeah. So I mean, Mr. Alexander is very aggressive. He's always given us the resources to make the team better. I think once again he did again. Poor Tad over there. We keep keep spending the money trying to make the team better. But it's, you know, Mr. Alexander, I think he's the best owner in sports. Aggressive, you know, great to work with, and you know, again open things up so we could, you know, add something.
Are you allowed to comment on the guys you got from Milwaukee yesterday, or no?
Yeah, that trade completed, yes.
Do you anticipate them all from
Yeah.
being here, or?
Yeah, Sean Livingston, John Brockman, and John Lord. I think they'll all be guys that you know, we'll bring in. So, you know, Sean Livingston, obviously former top 5 pick, had his best year since his you know, injury last year. So we'll have him in. John Lord, very solid year last year, and Brockman as well.
You mentioned a couple of times about things that people were writing about. So you weren't, that was just all sort of old cloth, you weren't interested in anything like that?
In terms of what, sorry? No, I was just saying this trade that's very minor, no one will be excited.
No. But a couple of times you mentioned, well, it's nothing compared to the things that people were writing about. I mean, you were as if, well, people were just writing it, you know, it was fiction. You weren't interested in any of that?
Oh, of course we were. I can't say any names here, but of course we were interested in that, and of course we were working towards something like that. But yeah, no, I was only making it relative to our other trade. Yeah, I'm trying to understand your question.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right, thanks.
We're going to move that.